Hey guys, I've got something special for you today. This is one of my favorite new books. It's a surface treatment workshop. We're going to do a modified page or project from it on our journal page, and then at the end I have one to give away. Yay! Okay, so we are putting drops of paint on our page, and I've got blue and teal. You can choose any colors you like. Some yellow, red, and I intended a little green, but it came out a little heavier than I wanted. But that's okay. And that's just white acrylic paint. Smush! How fun is that? Peel your page apart and you're going to have dots. Now in the book, they're twisting the page and so they get a nice effect. Because I'm just pushing two pages together, it's not going to give me that blended look that they did. So I'm going back in with a baby wipe and I'm working on blending that out a bit. And that's better, but I want it mushed more. So now we mushed it all over. We're going to add more dots. And because I can't twist my pages, let's see what happens if I squish it around with my finger first. You guys like finger painting, right? Can you hear the construction going on in the background? They're still working on our road. Oh, much better. That's ultramarine blue and white and turquoise. Ultramarine blue is one of my favorite colors. Oh, love it. And finger smushing. And move those colors around. See how I push that red around so that it's not just in the one spot? It helps to give you more flow with your colors. Now I wanted to blend the red and the yellow a little more. Soften some of those edges. And lighten the yellow in the center. And you just keep doing this till you like it. Change your colors, add more, blend more. And if you're doing loose paper, you can just twist and mush and you don't have to do the finger painting. Now I'm putting on a dark acrylic color. This one's a purple. And I'm dripping alcohol from my spray bottle. It should be making that paint spread. And it's not really doing it for me. I think my alcohol's losing some of its mojo. Yeah, definitely, since I can rub it and it's not coming up. So you know what we do? We try something different. And so I grab my cloth and I just rub, and I like what's happening there. Not what I intended, but certainly pretty darn cool. Okay, now a yellow stripe in the center. We're going to dry that. And then we're going to add orange on top of it. We're going to do the saran wrap or plastic wrap technique, but rather than use plastic wrap, I'm using a plastic bag. Recycle, guys. Mush it up and scrunch it, and then I'm heating it up with a hairdryer. Longer than you see here, just because I don't want to wait for it to dry. Peel away, and you've got that awesome texture. Now I'm rubbing the edge to blend it down to the yellow a little more. And then now we're going to do a gel transfer on this side over here. And I'm putting on gel, fairly thick. And this is a magazine image of some flowers that I saw. And I'm burnishing and rubbing that into the gel. Try to avoid getting gel on the back of the paper. I always check the edges and make sure that it's got gel under there. And I'm also impatient, so I keep trying when I shouldn't. Should just leave it alone. So I'm going to let it sit for about a minute and a half, and now I'm peeling off that extra paper. Or not. I decided I'd dry this one first. Usually I just peel off right there. So now I'm peeling it off. And because I dried it with the hairdryer, not much of the paper is going to come off. But that's not a problem. We just give it some water and rub it with our finger. Now I will rub as much of the paper off as I can and then dry this. See where the paper is white and heavy again? Wet it and then do it again several times. But I'm not going to make you sit through it all. We'll cut away most of that. Now the glare in the window got really, really bad at this point, and I didn't notice it while I was videotaping. So I've brightened the picture now so you can see it a little better. So now that I've finished my gel transfer, the edges, I just wanted to darken them a bit. So I've got some brown paint, and I just mixed all the colors on my palette and painted it around the edge, and I'm taking a baby wipe to blend down into it and reveal through the brown some of the transfer. Now this is fun. I just took a piece of magazine paper, threw some paint on it, and I'm squishing it onto the center there and blotting it out with a cloth. A little different than what they did in the book. That's bubble wrap, some blue paint, again blotting. Now that's sequin waste. I've had a lot of people ask me what it is. It's the material that's left over after they cut out the sequins. You can get it at fabric stores. I got that piece from one of my friends, Deb. And now I'm making a stencil. In the project in the book, they took Tyvek and they cut out the pieces of this specialized Tyvek that they had worked on. Well, I don't have any Tyvek, so we're modifying. And I'm just making a little stencil there. Pouncing in some white paint. And then now we're adding some turquoise. And we'll darken that. And now I'm taking some of the brown, watered down, on a liner brush and just squiggling through that. Kind of gives it a veining effect. Take the stencil away, using the same brown to outline the little pieces and give them shadow like they've lifted up over the page. And yes, to shadow this you could use your water brush with your acrylic ink. I just had that paint already, so I decided to use it. Now I've decided where my light source is, so I'm thickening my shadow down on the bottom edge. And we're adding highlights at the top. That's something they did in the project in the book. Looked really cool. Now for some journaling. That's a dip pen and white acrylic ink. Love my dip pens. And there's our final page. Thanks for playing today, guys. Be sure to go to my blog and sign up. so you could win your copy of that book. Bye.